It's been an honor watching the career of Anderson the Spider Silva. It might be his very last fight this Saturday, so make sure you're tuning in because you don't want to miss a piece of history. Although I've been hearing you in interviews lately, Anderson, it seems like you're not willing to close the door definitively just yet.
Wow, I'm very exciting for take this fight. Maybe this, yes, my last fight in UFC, and let's go see. I'm very happy. And I'm very exciting, and especially because I go fight with the Uriah Hall, who is a very good fighter. Is a very good striker. And I'm very exciting for make the huge show for my fans.
Well, this is your kind of fight because Uriah is a very, very creative individual. He says that he approaches martial arts the same way as you, like water, just flowing in there. And that seems like a great way, if this is the end of your career in the UFC, for you to end it against a fighter like that.
Yeah, I think it's a very special for the moment. I think me and Ryan just doing the best show for every single fan UFC.
It's pretty amazing what you've accomplished in your career. Khabib retired this past weekend. He's 32. When you joined the UFC, you were less than a year younger than he is now, and you were still able to get 16 straight wins. When you look at the greatest of all time, do you care about the discussion? Do you care if people mention you when it comes to the greatest of all time?
Wow, I think the best and the great the whole time not exist, and I think that's the people can say, but for me, I'm not the best. I try to do my best I can, but I'm not the best. I think the best fight in the world not exist.
When you joined the UFC, what would you say your goal was? If you were to tell me this is how I'd like my career to go, what would you have said back when you were 31 and you joined the UFC?
Well, I think is every single moment when I go inside the cage and doing something special and work hard because I love my job is amazing. It's not about prove something for my fans, for nobody. It's just to come inside the cage and do your best and love your job and doing something special. You know.
So I've got a fun question for you. Do you consider yourself more of a competitor or an artist? If you were to choose one that describes you better, what would it be?
Mm, that's a very hard question for me.
Do you want to answer it for me? Do you have an answer for it?
I don't have an answer for that. It's a very hard for me.
Do you think of yourself as an artist?
Mm, no.
Because your creativity in there is unparalleled. I've been saying to people this whole week that I don't think that there's been a fighter that's as special as you are at the highest level that's been able to do what you've been able to do, be as unpredictable and as creative when you're in there.
I think it's the secret in for responding your question is doesn't matter is inside the cage or outside the cage. You make the something inside the MMA sports or outside in your personal job and a different job is how much you put in your heart, how much you love your job, how much you make something special. Not for everybody, just but for yourself, for feel better every single day and feel better for the next day and special for the next day. How much you love your job. That's the secret. That's the respond your question. Is how much you love your job.
Has that always been how you've approached it, where you don't worry about what other people think, what other people say? It's just how you approach it and what you get out of it personally?
I try to don't think about that. I just try to make my job and make my day every single day, my training and my fights uh good for me and special for me and special for my team and special for my fans too, But I think is every single uh, uh, question is have a simple response. Is about love. Is about passion. You love your job. Just do your best.
George St. Pierre is another one of the all-time greats, and I feel like you and him have a very different approach to mixed martial arts. He's always talked about when he's in the locker room before a fight, he feels like he wants to leave the building. He's terrified about getting in there, and that's kind of what drives him to success. When you're in the locker room before a fight, or when you're walking out to the cage, when you're in the cage with an opponent, how do you feel? Well, what's going through your mind, and what's happening inside of your brain at that time?
Wow, I feel happy, and I feel a little nervous because it's normal, but I'm feel completely happy because that's the feeling, the energy I I feel when I start walking to inside the cage, and I just enjoy my moment, because the one thing you don't have control is about timing, and you need to enjoy your time. When you wake up in the morning, you need to enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, because the time never stop for you. And that's the secret for life. Love your job, enjoy your time, and make something special every single day.
So you just try to approach everything with joy and with love in your life, whether it's inside the cage and outside the cage?
Yes, of course.
That's a fantastic and very strong message for you to convey to us. One thing I want to go back to is your fight with Chael Sonnen, the first round, the first fight. When it's the
Whoa.
when it's the fifth round, and he's won the last four, and he's been using his wrestling, and he's been on top of you. How do you muster up the willpower and the creativity to lock in that triangle? Because he had top control for that whole fight up until the fifth round. What had to happen in your mind in order for you to summon that and be able to accomplish that great comeback?
Oh, in my mind, it's just one thing. I go finish this guy, and I give the promise for my master, and I go finish this guy. I go finish, I go finish, I go finish, I go finish. But Chael beat me the whole single round. In the 5 rounds, Chael beat me a lot. But I'm prepared. I prepare my mind. I feel a lot of pain in the moment because I broke my ribs, but I just take my focus for one thing: just finish the fight.
I've seen you on his show, on his podcast. I've seen you do interviews with him. And when I watch that, knowing what was happening leading up to that fight, it just amazes me that you two have formed a friendship. When he was saying all of the crazy stuff that he was saying leading up to both of those fights, did it ever bother you? Were you ever upset by it?
No, Chael is a good guy. Is not my close friend, but I have a good relationship with Chael, and Chael is a very good father and a very good guy, and I respect Chael a lot. I think is the moment the situation happened, Chael is helped me to training hard, and I helped Chael for training hard, and me and Chael together make the special show for every single fan the UFC, And I need to say thank you for Chael, because Chael helped me a lot, and I helped Chael a lot. And I think both me and Chael together just make the huge moment and the legend moment inside the UFC for every single person.
So there was never a time leading up to the fight where you were like, I hate this guy and I need to beat him?
No, I don't hate Chael. It's I don't hate anybody. I just put him the moment inside my mind and absolve everything and try to using the energy for help me to go inside the cage and do my best. And I love Chael. He's a good guy.
When you look at another Brazilian legend, Jose Aldo, and his fight with Conor McGregor and all of the talking that happened before that, do you feel like he was too emotional going into that fight?
Mm, I can talk about the Jose Aldo or Conor McGregor. Is a both is a great and amazing fighters, And Zelda is a very, very popular in Brazil. Is a huge in Brazil and a very amazing fighter. And I respect Zelda a lot, and I respect Conor too. Is a both is amazing fighters.
At one time in your career, you were rumored to be facing George St. Pierre, John Jones, or Conor McGregor. If you could rank who you would like to fight the most out of those three from top to bottom, what would it be?
Wow, it's tough to say that, because I can't respond for you about this, because every single fight, every single champ inside UFC is special, is a make something special for us, you know. And let's go back to the begin, and Hoist Gracie, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, um, wow, is a different fighters. Vitor Belfort, Rodrigo Minotauro, um, um, Forrest Griffin, um, Lioro, uh, wow, it's a lot fighters, and BJ Penn, um, is now you see the different guys, me and um, after me is Rich Franklin, me and the different guys, but it's tough to say who's the best, who's the huge and the best ever in this sport. Every single champ, every single guy take the belt and doing something special inside the cage is the best one. Is not about one person. It's about every single fighters, you know, and I can't say that for you. Oh, George St. Pierre, or this or that or that. Everybody have the special moment. I have my special. George have his special. John Jones, Conor, Khabib. Is the moment right now is that Israel is make something special for us. And let's go see. In the future the new generation come and make something special. Don't have the best fight in the world. Have the best event in the world. UFC.
I was more asking for you personally, who you would have wanted to face out of those three the most. Not who the best is, but who you personally would have liked to face the most out of those three in a fight.
Wow. I think is my clone.
Your clone.
Yes.
Well, you fought Israel and you fought Uriah. You're fighting Uriah this weekend, so there are a lot of people. Those are guys that are close. They seem to base a lot of their style after you.
No, definitely not. It's a different. I have a three clones in my house: João, Gabriel, and Khalil. But it's tough to say that, because is I can't say that.
Is that what you want to spend your time doing from now after this? Is devoting time to your sons? I know Gabriel just had a Muay Thai fight and has aspirations of
Yeah,
being.
I try to help Gabriel a lot in training and pass the good skills. And the more important is the whole philosophy about martial arts. And Gabriel have a huge and amazing future. And but right now it's just step by step and take the time for absorb more technique, more experience, for maybe one day come to UFC and fight.
As you see him improve, do you take a lot of pride in that as his dad to see him grow as a martial artist and a competitor?
Wow, it's tough for me, because when you see your son fight, uh, you little scared. I'm scared sometimes, and I'm become little nervous because I know how much is danger, how much is tough. Go inside the cage, go inside the ring, and fight. It's not simple. But I try to help my son a lot. And Gabriel is a very good boy, and absolve everything and take something special for himself.
People always say, how would we look at Anderson if he had retired, after the Stephen Bonner fight, after when you run 16 in a row, you were the longest reigning champion in UFC history. That was never an option for you, I'd imagine, because of just how much you love doing this. Is that why you're fighting until you're 45? Because what gets you out of bed in the morning is the idea of competing at the highest level?
Well, when I wake up in the morning and I feel something special inside my heart, inside my body, I just come wake up and running and back to home and training with the best fighters and the best young fighters in the new generation. I feel prepared for continue do my best, and that's I think is a huge secret for this sport. You continue doing something special and continue doing something because you love, not because you need to prove something for anybody.
Well, it was amazing watching you face Israel Adesanya when you guys faced off. You were using the beehive defense, and trying to confuse him. What was your strategy in that fight? What were you trying to do to beat Israel, knowing that Israel was at such a high level?
Strategy is just go inside the cage and using my whole experience in the martial arts and mixed martial arts too, and make something special for my fans, you know, and enjoy the moment. And it's not something I can talk to you say, oh, my strategy for win this fight is this or that. No, I just go inside and enjoy my moment and do my best I can.
Well, we've enjoyed many moments over the course of your career. It's been such a pleasure watching you fight. If this is the last time, on behalf of the martial arts community, I'd love to say thank you to you for all of the creativity you've shown. I always said that when you were walking to the cage, it felt like an event. It felt like a celebration of martial arts. And I truly feel that way. So congratulations on a fantastic career. And we look forward to seeing you compete one more time on Saturday.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your moment and stay safe and say hi for your family. Thank you so much.